All right, Sunday Fun League. It is time for matchups for Week 10. And let me say this. If I've made a bad call on your matchup, welcome to the club. Look, you guys are the ones watching these videos. So it's on you if you judge me for making a bad call. At this point, expect it. But you know what? I feel good this week. I feel good about my calls this week because got some Minshew magic going on here. Oh, just got a fantasy update here on my phone. All right, well, it looks like Gordon Minshew has officially lost his starting position. So ignore everything I just said. Let's get into Week 10 matchups. So we're going to start out with just a half Chubb. Like the team name change there. Speaking of that, Jimmy's got to change his team name since he lost Nick Chubb. To Dalvin and the Kittle Mucks. So he's going up against. That would be me. So let's take a look at these matchups. Jameis Winston against Arizona. Jameis has been really good. High floor. I would expect him to outscore Jimmy Garoppolo unless Jimmy G can pull out another big week, put up 30 points, and still my team loses when he does that. So I don't much predict that it matters. So I'm going to give Jameis the edge there. James Conner, look, I could try to avoid this, but I'm sure Aaron's going to make a change there at running back and put another one in. That's going to up his projection if Conner doesn't play. Going against Dalvin Cook. Dalvin going against that Dallas defense, it's a tough one. But I still give the edge to Dalvin Cook over anybody else. So his number 2 running back in the league. That's going to happen. Nick Chubb, Mark Ingram. Ingram going against Cincinnati, y'all. Yeah, just like you start your tight ends against Miami, you start your RBs against Cincinnati. So I expect this to be a big game for Ingram. He deserves it. He earns it. Lamar Jackson's over there vulturing all his friggin' touchdowns. So Ingram's getting in the end zone this week, and I like him to outscore Nick Chubb, especially with Kareem Hunt back. So we'll see how he eats into Nick Chubb's PT. Devontae Adams, Chris Godwin. Godwin's been down. He's been the lower scoring wide receiver. Tampa Bay, the number 2 for 2 weeks now, with Mike Evans going crazy. I hope that's not something that's just the way it is now, and that trend changes. But Carolina's a tough defense for Devontae Adams. I like Godwin over Adams in this one. I think we can make it happen. Allen Robinson, he's on Chicago, so I don't know. I don't even know how the fantasy analysts predict Chicago offense projections, because clearly, like, there's no way to know. I have AJ Brown plugged in right now. Had Robert Woods, changed him out for AJ Brown. Corey Davis is dealing with an injury. I like AJ Brown this week, going up against Seattle. Going up against Kansas City. They have to pass more often, so I like it. Hunter Henry at Oakland. We're going to see that matchup tonight. And then George Kittle going against Seattle. Kittle's healthy. I mean, I like him to outscore Hunter Henry. Obviously, if he's not, then that could be a big loss for me. David Montgomery, David Johnson. Look, we don't know what David Johnson's going to be this week. It makes me super nervous. So whatever. But David Montgomery is also on Chicago's offense. So, man, he could not even get a rush attempt this week. That's how just crazy that offense is. I mean, we could see, Tariq Cohen turn it around. No, I'm just kidding. Tariq Cohen's not doing anything. Let's be serious. I'm sorry. I'm playing around too much. Josh Allen, Ryan Tannehill going against Cleveland, going against Kansas City. Tennessee, I hope, is just really going to have to throw the ball. Like, Kansas City defense, yeah, they're not that great, so maybe Derrick Henry gets a lot of run this week, but, man, I'm hoping they got to play catch-up. So, Colts against Miami, and then my call of the week here, Chargers at Oakland tonight. We're going to see how that goes. It's gonna make or break my matchup, I think. They're only predicted 5.5 points. It's going to make or break the matchup. Colts, I expect to have a good day against Miami. So if the Chargers can keep this train rolling that they've been on the past couple of weeks and put up some good defensive points, I think Oakland's overrated right now. And I don't like the other defensive matchups, so we're going to see where that lands us. All in all, if I'm being objective here, I think Arron's going to win this one. I feel like this is one of those matchups that whichever one of us takes a loss here, could be in serious jeopardy of making the playoffs. We're both on the outside looking in right now, and so this is a big game, and I don't feel great about it. I tried to make some trades this week. Couldn't end up really making anything happen. So I'm going to pick Arron to win, and hopefully I continue to suck at picking and I come out on top.